guys, we're live. We're opening toys. I've got a slight delay in my ear. It's rough. But let's go ahead and open some Multiverse. As soon as I bring up the right camera. Okay, guys. We have Batman Unmasked. I'm actually going to lower my volume so it's less obnoxious. But hey, I picked this up in Thornton, Colorado on Friday at I Want More Comics. A little bit priced high, but excellent organization. I highly recommend them. I think it's a wonderful store, well stocked, not great on the toys, but games, comics, puzzles, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yesterday, I was on Brick Something's channel, and I learned a valuable lesson to not only cut the tape, but to actually cut the little plastic bits inside. So let's go ahead and pull Thomas Wayne out of the box. Let's stop the spinny spin. You're embarrassing me. Pull him over here. Now, Thomas here is one of the last figures that actually came with guns from McFarlane Toys before Warner Brothers said no guns with their toys. Now that Discovery has bought Warner Brothers, though, I'll be intrigued to see how that holds up and what the deal is. Here, let me show you one of the little guns here in the corner. We can even arm Thomas. We'll give him a sword. He came with a sword. So let's give him that sword. Hold that sword up here in the corner. Oh, the hand is tight. I don't know who thought this was a good idea. It was me. I'm the fool who thought this was a good idea to put this in the hand. Oh, I wish I had a hair dryer. Got it. Ha ha ha. Now I am the king. I'll zoom in the camera a little bit. Let's straighten him back out. Make sure Thomas can stand. Oh, where's the joint on that? Get him in the shot here. Got a little bit of a warp on that sword, but let's give him a spin. Kind of drop our view a little bit and pull in. So as you take a look, a pretty standard articulation scheme on our McFarlane DC Multiverse here. We have balls at the shoulders, double jointed elbows. We have the ball, wrists, and the ankles. This is a little bit older of a figure. Pretty affordable to pick up, really. You can still get them at or below retail, which is cool. I don't love the head sculpt on this one, to be perfectly honest. But just for comparison's sake, I'm actually going to drop in the masked version. So let's stop our spin for a second here, maybe, possibly. Scoot him up. If he would stop trying to embarrass me. Send him around back. There he goes. Bye. Bye, Thomas. Ah, he bit it. He bit it. If anyone's tuning in, I want to say thank you for being here. If you're watching later, I do appreciate you. So there we have the masked version. The head seems a little bit bulkier on this one. Let's see if we can get him looking up. The figures are identical, except for the masked version It's a little, I feel like the head's a little wider, fits the body better. And he has the neck piece that is black, whereas Thomas has a folded cowl on his neck, as well as that different head sculpt. So there are some differences, but they are minor. I believe the mass version also came with the sword, but I'd have to look that up. I'm not 100%. But in every other way, exact same figure, but just lacking that detail. The mass version is the harder one to come by. I think you'd be happy with either, even though I swear, Thomas, you paint his hair black, it's more Bruce than withered old Thomas. But you know what? Let's go ahead, pull back, because I want to be real quick about this, guys. Um, we'll move to our next figure because, well, we got Geek Dad Life here in about 2 hours, so we got to get to that, right? Pull our studio camera back. You'll see that in a second. All right. Up next is the Masterverse Sorceress Eva Lynn. I guess it's saying is bad. Don't say You're an adult. Eva Lynn, the Sorceress of Castle Grayskull, while Skeletor was Skelegod, Master of the Universe, and his conduit to the castle. It's a very unique design. It gets away from the bird aesthetic, the owl aesthetic we see normally of the sorceress, into a bat. Now, the box is a little bit lifted here because I already cut the tape, but we got the nice artwork on the side, as well as this story. Let's see if I can catch her, straighten that up so you can kind of see the right up here. Again, some beautiful artwork, as well as the other figures in this line. I also picked up Roboto, so I'm very excited about that. Not sure about Stratos. I don't think I'll get Frosta. But we'll spin her back around. It's nice that we can reverse directions. Up her there. And let's open the box. So let's transition back so you see it over here. With actual plastic in hand, we can hop back and forth, right? That's right. Again, already cheated. Took her out of the little plastic bits, but her cape is still taped to the packaging. I don't like tape. I mean, I get they're trying to keep it in place, and it's better than what McFarlane did with the Superpower toys, but it's not my favorite. Same material on the capes as those Superpower toys with these Masterverse, I've noticed. She does come with 2 alternate hands. I'm going to show you those now. Let's see if that's it. We got kind of a loose open grip there, and a closed grip on her left hand. Always remember, bag your accessories. My wife thought these were bags for drugs and wondered when I was getting into that business. Thankfully, it's just plastic. It's a bad plastic habit. Let's get Eva Lynn set up on the turntable. And we can kind of go over some thoughts we have here on this figure. She's trying to embarrass me right now. You know, like they do. Start the spin. And we will cut over now. I actually should have brought my camera in earlier. There we go. Eva Lynn spinning around. We see the Bat Sorceress motif here. Very minimal sculpting. We've got the collar piece here around the neck, as well as the unique sculpt on the head. But as far as I can tell, everything else on this figure is basically paint. So, all the tooling they spent on the movie figures recently, I feel like they saved some of that money here. We do have the same cloth goods cape that we've seen with, King Grayskull, with the movie He-Man. So many more figures. I like having cloth goods. I mix on the plastic capes versus the cloth good capes. A little bit of transparency, a little bit of sheerness of this cape. It's got that shiny look. Oh, you know what? I just noticed there are some hooks on the cape. So let me grab her. I should transition back over here so I can show you this. So we do have these little hooks here. I think I'm going to take that out. That I bet somehow, I don't know how, your guess is, oh, the whole thing comes off. Look at that. Look, the whole cape comes off. That's very convenient. So we can slide that over her arms. You know, a while back, and I say a while, like it's been like 6 or 7 months, my wife asked me if I wanted a Stream Deck. And I'm like, I'm not going to do a lot of live. I don't think that's a thing I'm going to do. I wish I had a Stream Deck right now. So, joke is on me. She told me to be less self-deprecating, and I don't know how to stop. Maybe that should be my New Year's resolution, is be self-deprecating. But I will probably fail that because I'm self-deprecating. Okay. Now to the other side. One side on. Oh no. If you were in the chat and I don't see you right now, I apologize. I do have a window up, but it's probably... Oh, did my trackpad die? My trackpad died. How embarrassing is that? Let's bring up this chat window here. Nope, nothing there. I hope everybody had a good New Year's. Oh, Quip's there. Hi, Quip. We'll pop you up on the screen. Just, you know, messing with toys. Kind of the same thing as yesterday with Brick. Did you have a good New Year? No, I was trying to start after Hardly Articulated because I didn't want to step on another Legion of Lesser Toy Tubers feet there, but they sure ran long. Oh, good to hear. Okay. Nope. Knocking cameras over. Oh, I almost forgot her staff wand. Okay, so now we have her cape attached. This is Eva Lynn. I think Quip might be our only viewer. I've already opened an unmasked Thomas Wayne Multiverse figure. But we got our Bat Sorceress Eva Lynn here. I was really excited for this one, but there is no sculpting. All that sculpting we had on He-Man yesterday is not here. Let's see if we can't straighten out this cape. I do want to do a quick comparison to our previous release, Eva Lynn. So we'll throw her right here with her bag. You know, my biggest problem with the first Revelation release, they're embarrassing me right now, is without the helmeted head. I thought she looked basically like a waterbender from Avatar. But it looks like they're using the same scepter, a brighter paint scheme on the Sorceress version, but it's definitely the same. Sure. I could buy that. I could buy that. She'd probably be part of Bray's new faction that I think he's gonna have. But it's a nice figure. It's nice that the whole cape comes off. That kind of surprises me. But again, time is not on our side. If you remember right, Geek Dad Life is back tonight, and it's gonna be at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 6 p.m. Pacific. So is that 9 p.m. Eastern? So let's transition back here. Grab those out of the way and get to our final unboxing. And this one's kind of a disappointment. 9 p.m. or Eastern. That's right. That's right. Time is strange and weird, and I think we just made it up, and nobody can convince me otherwise. So we have the Diamond Select Adam Eve from the animated Invincible series. I've only picked up Invincible from this line, but you gotta have his main squeeze, right? If they continue from the comic book storyline. And I learned my lesson from yesterday. I did make sure to pull all the plastic out. This looks like it's nicely encased, so I enjoy that. Look at the box. See Adam. We see all our accessories. We get the other figure in this line, which is Robot. Spoiler, he's not really a robot. But let's grab the figure here. Pull her out. Grab a handy accessory bag. Didn't drop anything. That's a win. So we have, it looks like a flight stand. Well, I think we're going to find out. If not, thankfully, we do have a stand. We're going to kind of quickly fly through some of these accessories. We have slight grippy hands. Should have opened my accessory bag before I decided that this was the way to go. Then we have these curled grr hands. Grr. That's a very technical term. Then we have these full open hands. Yeah, it's very exciting stuff, I know. Do you remember her name? We have this very small minifig here. And for reasons I can't remember her name, but it's a nice pack-in. I'll look it up later and embarrass myself and probably put it in the description. So I can be like, hey, remember when I said that silly thing? 2 effect pieces to go on her hands. Then we also have 2 hands. How much is it? Right. I read the comic book years ago. I watched the series, and even that feels like a lifetime ago. Got 2 pre-installed effect hands. And then Eve herself. Joints are actually really nice and tight. I'm pretty happy about that. Single jointed knees. Got a very tight on the ankle. Cut with a swivel. Single jointed elbows. Very thin, very thin. We've got a upper ab crunch, ball at the head, maybe almost 90 at the shoulder, twist there, twist at the wrist. So let's go ahead, throw her on the stand here. If I have what? Oh, she fell over immediately. Oh, I can see why. Her ankle's way out of whack. So let's transition over. So let's get the camera in nice and tight here. She does have a lazy eye, though, which is unfortunate. But she does stand well. Stands very well, actually. It doesn't quite have the ratchet that the Invincible had on the knees, but it's hard to complain. Let's go ahead and stand Mark right behind her so we can kind of see these two figures together. Oh, but he's so tall, so much taller. I like when figures have scale like that. Keeps it interesting. He's going to pop out of frame. So they do continue the same articulation scheme from that first wave. Eve, despite the lazy eye, looks nice. The thing about the animated look is they very went light on the details on the figures, and I can understand that. Plastic cape versus the cloth we saw just previously on the Masterverse, but again, you can go either way. I like them both. But yeah, that's our Adam Eve. This is just a real quick unboxing. I just really wanted to kind of get through my backlog. I have 3 Christmas, like good-sized Christmas totes of unopened action figures, and I need to get through them because I think on some level my wife, who is very understanding and loving, and I think she is watching, would rather I stopped buying things if I'm not going to open them, and I can understand that. So, anyway, thanks for stopping in. Especially thank you, Quip, for chatting today. I appreciate that. I will see you guys later tonight in the Geek Dad Life chat, I'm sure. Have a wonderful first, and here's hoping for a better 2023.